gentlemen, welcome to the Josh Guillory Show. I am your grateful host. And in studio with me, Q Money Magic Man over there. What's up, Q?
It is a beautiful blue sky day.
Right here in Lafayette, Louisiana, it sure is. To our audience outside this wonderful state or South Louisiana, I sure hope you are having a wonderful day, too. Shout out to all of our listening audience here at KPEL. Thank you for recording live from the KPEL studios. Also live on Rumble. We good? Rumble.com. Look up the Josh Guillory Show. You can also go to my X page at Josh Guillory USA. Very original. And boy, do we have a show for you today. Shout out to my friends over there at SeaSafe, SEA. Woo, just like the ocean. SeaSafe.com. Man, the Supreme Court, they have been busy. Yeah, restoring a little common sense. I'm telling you, it just takes a while. You can have these. Well, this didn't start an activist judge, so I'm not going to go that route. But I'm just telling you, most of the time, not all the time, most of the time, the court gets it right. Most of the time, not all. Plessy comes to mind. Roe comes to mind. Dred Scott comes to mind. There's a few. But for the most part, usually gets it right. So, many of us have saw, recently the Supreme Court, but some of us didn't see because the Supreme Court quietly handed down a little decision. And it matters more than maybe some of these headlines might suggest. This one we're going to cover is really whether, hey, do these election rules, do they matter? So whether they matter or not, if they're followed, is that important? They're going to answer that. And also, and here's really the crux, and once you hear the defense or the reason, it's funny. So it also decides whether candidates themselves can challenge whether an election is legitimate or not. Now, you might be asking to yourself, "Why did he misspeak?" No, I did not. One of the questions to the court is, can the candidate challenge the election? Well, my goodness, seems like a common sense answer. So the court, but yet we have to. The court ruled 7-2 that an Illinois congressman, Republican, I'm going to butcher. Is it Bose or Boss? Let's go with Bose. My original was Boss. Y'all want to go with Boss? It's B-O-S-T, guys. Republican Mike Boss. Correct me on rumble.com. Kill switch, you win today, my friend. Shout out to Dirty Rice, too. So 7-2, the Supreme Court, SCOTUS, said that, this congressman from Illinois, Mr. Mike Boss, has the right to challenge his state's mail-in ballot deadline. Gonna get real. So this one is whether election, like I said, when it comes to these deadlines, this one is really, elections are being decided based on some of these loosey-goosey rules. And who better to challenge it than the candidate? But that's a whole other story. Now, check this out. Illinois allows ballots to be counted after Election Day. I want that to sit in. But as long as they're postmarked, it's true. All right, so lower court said he didn't have standing. This is, all right, so I guess this is an example where, I guess it is. I wouldn't call this rogue, but it does kind of fall absent of or outside the scope of common sense, and respectfully. But lower court said he didn't have standing, meaning he didn't have the right to even bring the suit because the late ballots probably wouldn't even change his race. Oh, Congressman, stop it. This isn't going to even mess with your race. That's the reason. Now, I'm telling you, I can come up with a lot of legal reasons to support their decision. I disagree with it. I think it's horrible. I don't even understand why anybody could come to that. But I can give you at least some legally sound reasons to back your opinion that is extremely flawed. But it's probably not going to even impact you. No. And Chief Justice Roberts, kudos to you. Rejected that logic. We beat him up sometimes, and I'm not terribly a great fan of his decision in Obamacare. I don't hold grudges. I just remember a few little things. But man, y'all think that impacted America? Impacted business for sure. I thought we were supposed to have choice. More choice.
It depends.
Yeah. True words, my friend. All right, so Chief Justice Roberts, he said something very simple, very important. Candidates are not bystanders in their own election. Candidates who you're telling the court said you didn't have standing and you don't have a right to challenge the election you're in. That was so silly. And the Supreme Court said as much. I mean, this is what the Chief Justice said. They have real stake in how votes are counted. Like real stakes. They're putting so much time, energy, and effort. They're running. They have impact on, absolutely, they should have say on how rules are applied. And whether those rules were actually applied. Absolutely. And it just kind of makes sense. Did you know that they could accept the ballots after Election Day?
I knew in some places they had some really weird rules about it, but I didn't know they could actually accept the ballots. I thought everything had to arrive on or before Election Day and be certified, some type of process.
Something, right? There's going to come a point where we're all going to look back to 2020. And I think we're going to, do y'all remember those boxes in the middle of like these big liberal cities, of course, like Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, all those areas where like the ballots were like sticking out of the box, like not even secure, man. Like we're going to look back and say, hold on, wait a minute. Those guys had things like the internet. They had things like other technology. They even had blockchain, not to explode anybody's head. But like, y'all chose that? That's what you thought was secure? And mail-in ballots. I want everybody to go out and cash $500 in all-in-ones, okay? Put 100 in before and after it. Okay, and I want 100 of us to do it. How many people really think all 100 are going to get to the recipient?
Exactly.
So we want to trust our ballots with come on, I'm just Democrats, my friends. Seriously, I'm not. This is not politics. This is common sense. Really? I mean, I say this to Republicans. Be careful in that power you give the federal government because the Democrats can use it, and they have, and they will. So Democrats, it's only a matter of time before the Republicans start doing some of those tricks. So don't do it. Nobody do it. Just go run a race and win or don't win. Jeez. Anywho, all right. But wasn't there a ruling like one person, one vote? I think there was a ruling on that. Somewhere.
At least an idea.
Yeah, I like that. Said out loud. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back, and I cannot wait. présence.
New tax resolution firms are popping up every day with high-paid celebrity endorsers advertising ridiculous
Shout out,
claims
guys,
in their
Rumble
TV
and
ads.
everybody. Look, my
That's why
voice
they
will
have
be a
the
little
tiny,
lower
unreadable
on
disclaimers at the bottom of the
commercial
screen.
break because I'm way
Hi,
over here.
this is Kerry
I
Bryson
think my
with the Bryson
TikTokers
Law
can
Firm.
hear me.
Our ads never have those ridiculous,
but yeah, all
fast-talking,
this-
tiny
I mean, who-
disclaimers
can
at
y'all-
the end because,
If
simply put,
anybody
there are no
has
guarantees when
the
it comes
right
to the IRS
to
and wiping
ask
out
the
tax
court
bills.
for a question,
And we don't make promises we can't
or
keep.
ask a question
Of course,
about an
there are
election,
ways
is
the
the guy or
Bryson
gal
Law Firm
running?
can help resolve your tax debt, but no company can guarantee will eliminate it. This is why their clients call the Bryson Law Firm when those promises don't pan out. If you have tax problems, you have legal problems. Call the Bryson Law Firm. Our headquarters are in Lafayette, and we have offices statewide. Or visit BrysonLawFirm.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm. The Bryson Law Firm. LSBA filing number LA2518447.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text METER to 321321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text METER to 321321. That's METER to 321321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
For over 45 years, C-Safe has built the backbone of the toughest structures out there with fiberglass reinforced plastic pultrusion and custom structural fabrication that outperforms steel, wood, and aluminum. Their FRP products are engineered to resist corrosion, reduce maintenance, and outlast the competition in the harshest environments, from offshore platforms to wastewater treatment plants and everywhere in between. There's a reason engineers have trusted C-Safe for superior strength and fabrication, because they're built to outperform, not just compete. Precision built, performance proven, trusted by engineers, architects, and contractors nationwide. When strength matters, when custom matters, when failure is not an option, C-Safe delivers. C-Safe, built to outperform, built to last, built for extremes, trusted for decades. Visit csafe.com. That's SEA, like the ocean, safe.com, and see what 45 years of leadership looks like.
Didn't carry cash.
Billy,
so
your
I was
gas light's
relying
on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and you can get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SUPPLY to get up to a $5 cash back bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime. Write your bank to PayPal or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SUPPLY to get up to a $5 cash back bonus on your first tank. That's code SUPPLY for up to a $5 cash back bonus.
And that gig of space is
Embarrassed by ugly yellow toe fungus?
Living with toe fungus it's embarrassing.
Anyway,
I was
guys,
afraid
we'll
to
be
take my
back
socks
in
off.
about a
I
minute.
hid my yellow and crumbly toes from everybody.
Introducing Crystal Flush. Crystal Flush is the only FDA-registered 2-in-1 home treatment that attacks your toe fungus from both the inside and out.
Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. I also want you to go to our Rumble page, rumble.com. Go check us out. Yep, the Josh Guillory Show, that one. Yeah, do that one. Hey, this segment brought to you by my friends over there at Dino's. 3 locations, man. Go check them out. All right. So the Supreme Court, we're talking about a whole bunch of stuff, but really, one major takeaway. The law matters. And that's going to be a theme. And candidates, what really stuck out to me was this is just another glowing example of how lawfare, and this is not necessarily lawfare, but abusing the judiciary for political gains, finding, forum shopping, finding favorable results at the lower level. They know how long it takes to do an appeal. They know how long it takes to really get up to the Supreme Court, and they also know that the Supreme Court doesn't have to take every case. But the Chief Justice, he kept it kind of simple. He said, yeah, look, in these election cases, candidates can challenge whether the election was real or not, or was accurate. I mean, think about this here. You know, we've been told, I'm just saying as an American, Republican or Democrat, but this is really geared towards Republicans, we Republicans, but this could happen to you too, my friends that are identifying as Democrats. Look, we've been told for quite some time now that just asking questions about election rules is somehow dangerous, or we're destabilizing the country by asking simple little questions, or we're anti-democratic. There's probably nothing more democratic than challenging whether the democratic process was followed. And the court just said the opposite. They said the rule of law requires clarity. I'm glad the court ruled on this. They said the law requires process. It requires someone with standing. Remember, standing is basically the right to bring the lawsuit. Someone with standing to say, follow the law. Yeah, I would say the process would demand that. And that is constitutional. That is not radical thinking. I don't think that's radical theology at all. And notice what the court didn't say. It didn't say Republicans win. It didn't say Democrats lose. It said elections must be lawful. They need to be as transparent as they possibly can. You need to be able to defend them, so they got to be defensible. And that's a standard that everyone should want, no matter what your beliefs are. Which brings us directly to the next story. I'm starting early because I just wanted to get... All right, my peeps in Iran. Whoo, man. Boy. Boy. Whew. Read the room. Read the room, Iran leaders. Jeez. Did they cut their internet off?
They cut something off to have run with this.
They're neurotransmitters. So Iran crosses a little line and reminds the world who it is. I mean, I knew there was only... It's like Majura singing that peace song, which was absolutely beautifully done. But, I mean, I'll give him credit. I mean, it was in it.
Even did a little Trump dance at one point.
Maybe a little tribute. maybe a little tribute, Those guys respect strength. Who knows? All right, but let's go back to Iran. Okay, so we talked about the Supreme Court. Well, while they're over there reinforcing process and restraint, thankfully, Iran is doing what it has always done. Especially when things get a little dicey, what does it do? It escalates.
Every time.
It's like a little baby, like a little child.
Absolutely.
Just,
And they can't self-soothe.
Are y'all teething? Y'all chime in the Rumble chat. Tell me what y'all's mama did for your teeth. It's okay. Statute of limitations probably is run. Maybe. So, yeah, Supreme Court, good job. Iran, wow. So I'm going to tell you, Iranian state television broadcast a photo of President Trump taken during the whole Butler, Pennsylvania assassination attempt with a very chilling message attached. Quote, "This time it will not miss the target." Ooh, Iran, you're desperate. Man, because my first reaction to this is, can I say pissant on the radio?
I think so.
That little pissant. But really, like, come on. But once we wait a moment and regulate a little bit, we just got to understand who we're dealing with. That's okay. But we do have to take it from a diplomatic standpoint and a diplomacy standpoint. It's not a rogue tweet. We got to identify kind of what it's not. It's not street graffiti by these little wannabes. It's doggone state media. So this is the formal statement of the Iranian government right now. People want democracy. They want the leader of the most democratic country, or at least I believe it, a democratic republic. The leader of the free world. And y'all can call in next segment. Tell me if we're not the most free. Love to hear your thoughts. So you take a couple of things away from this, because there are some takeaways. First, this is a regime that treats threats as like normal governance. Second, it shows how little regard they have for international norms. That was big. Could you imagine the United States in Times Square publishing something like, and I'm talking the United States, like Secretary Marco Rubio comes out as the Secretary of State and says, this is our formal position. We're going to go and assassinate this specific leader. What do you think would happen?
I think CNN would actually cover it this time.
Yeah, I didn't see much of this going on. I mean, who else is covering this? And it should be all over the place. Just the lack of the news is actually the lack of the news on this. I mean, these guys keep repeating the same thing over and over 24 hours in a day. It's like two topics. And there's so much more going on if you really want to be the global news network that all of y'all tend to want to be. Just saying. No one really can focus outside of a few people in their life. That's why the bubble's so short and so small. Local government works, but that's a whole other topic. But this Iranian message. Yeah, international norms, flip the bird. It signals. Remember, this is the theme this week. What does this signal? I'm sticking with it because we have a lot of communication going on in the world. And that communication is starting to have real world consequences. But it signals weakness covered and cloaked as bravado. And we've seen this before. We've seen it in other countries. And honestly, I think a fourth point matters too while I'm at it. This is why deterrence still works when it is real. Strength cannot be faked. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. My favorite part, we're opening up those phone lines, 232-1540, 2-844-766-6607. Let me hear from you.
time, money, and space. Call 888-99-SMASH or online at smashmytrash.com.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and you can get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SUPPLY to get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime. Write your bank to PayPal or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SUPPLY to get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank. That's code SUPPLY for up to a $5 cashback bonus.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Available as a tablet or delicious gummy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle of your local CVS.
What if 2026 could be the best year ever for your retirement? It can when you take control of your financial future with physical precious metals. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 now and get your free gold rollover kit valued at $49 just for calling. More Americans than ever are discovering the power of rolling over a portion of their IRA or 401k into physical gold and silver. With a simple, tax and penalty-free rollover, you can add stability, security, and strength to your retirement. In times of inflation, uncertainty, or market swings, gold has been a steady, tangible, proven store of value. And in 2026, it could be the key to building the retirement you've always imagined. That's why so many people trust Advantage Gold, the #1 rated gold IRA company in America for 10 years running. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 right now to get your free gold rollover kit. And let 2026 be the year you finally take control. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
I'm totally butchering this probably, okay?
Town Square Media is proud to be the broadcast flagship of UL Raging Cajun Athletics. Games air on 103.3 and 1420 The Go. News Talk 96.5 KPEL. Classic Rock 105.1 and Hot 107.9. And Town Square's UL Booster sponsors are proud to support the broadcast of UL football, basketball, softball, and baseball. Please support these great businesses and bring all of the action into your car, home, smart speaker, on your phone, or wherever you work. If you'd like to become a UL Booster, it's easy to join the team. Join the broadcast of UL Raging Cajun Athletics by becoming a UL Booster. Just contact Mary Gallion, 337-962-9026. Thanks to some of our UL Booster sponsors. Please support these great businesses. Evangeline Home Center,
Roy Motors,
M&D Industries,
Brad Saloon, State Farm,
and Schilling Distributing.
Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We're also broadcasting live from Rumble, rumble.com, like Rumble in the Jungle. And I want you to go check us out, The Josh Guillory Show. Also, guys, hey, man, when strength matters, when custom matters, when failure's not an option, my friends over there at C-Safe, they deliver C-Safe FRP products are engineered to resist corrosion, reduce maintenance, outlast the competition in the harshest environments, from offshore platforms to wastewater treatment plants and everywhere in between. Go visit my friends over there at C-Safe. Their products are American-made. Come on. Manufactured right here in Acadiana by American workers. C-Safe. Check them out. csafe.com. S-E-A. Just like the ocean. So we're talking about Iran. And read the room, your leaders. Jeez. Read a recent history book. Just a recent one. But it tells us a whole bunch of stuff, all right? Talked about signaling, you know. But all of this, have you noticed this about Iran? All of this, it comes as, I mean, their leaders are killing its own people in the streets. I mean, like, you know the deal by now. Hundreds of protesters dead. Internet blackouts, armed repression. You know what's going on. You've seen the clips more than likely. But when you see that, you see a little pressure. And when regimes like Iran, geez, when they feel that pressure at home, their go-to is to lash outward. They want to lash outward. History teaches that lesson over and over and over and over and over. But let's go to the phone lines, guys. They're wide open, 232-1542. I can't wait to hear from you, 844-766-6607. Warren, what you got, Warren?
Well, we got a destroyer, a missile. One of them missile destroyers headed that way. They might be the head knockers. Iran might be homeless tonight. They all might be sleeping in some tents tomorrow. But I hope Israel and I hope the United States do away with those people. We should have done it when we were over there and send the message. You know, they've been killing Christians in Africa, and then now these people are killing. You know, our government was killing us. We're letting fentanyl in and letting all kind of crazy stuff go on here with illegals and giving people needles that was killing them, you know, and now their government's hosing them with machine guns. You know, one's a little more civilized than the other, but this craziness needs to stop. Thank you, Josh.
Well said. Thanks, Warren. Thank you, Warren. All right, guys, join the conversation, 844-766-6607, 232-1542. Okay. This little situation does a few things, though. Also puts a spotlight back on leadership, if you think about it. You know, President Trump canceled meetings with Iranian officials and publicly backed the protesters. Not a small thing. Some people find that uncomfortable. Okay? Others call it reckless. I see it as clarity. And thank you. Like, hey, open the doors. This is where we're at. This is the deal. Like, I don't have to guess. I appreciate it. I know this guy gets it. Let's go to Renee. Renee, what you got, buddy?
Reckless is our first walking chief having diarrhea of the brain and the mouth and causing a radical Islam that threatens the canal place where everybody have trade. That we could have a World War III if the supplies don't get to China. Everybody has, like 10 countries have a base over there in Djibouti. China, America, the Saudis, which have a base nowhere else but Djibouti. They all have bases there to fight radical Islam from having these guys in the desert on the other side shooting rockets. They're all proxies. We've been at war with Iran since they took our hostages, all the Middle Eastern terrorism against our jets, all that plotting. We've been at war with Iran. They deserve war or change. We have the Arab Spring. What happened to the Persian Spring? Maybe we need a North America spring for all these damn communist hippies running around in the street harassing law enforcement and rioting and hurting and killing our citizens and messing up our trade and commerce and stores and property.
Thank you, Renee. Appreciate you, my man. Hey, look, That's a lot packed in there. And I'm telling you, a lot of folks are driving or listening saying, okay, I'm with you. Thanks, Renee. Always. All right, let's see here. Caller, you're live on the Josh Guillory Show. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Buck from Karen Crow.
Hey, what's up, Buck? From the Crow? Yeah, write down Buck's name. He's called in before. What's happening?
Oh, I just wanted to see, what is there that we can do? I mean, other than really take military action and, do what we've been trying to avoid by putting troops on the ground to affect any change in Iran. Because, like, right now, I mean, we've put so many sanctions on them. Is there anything left to sanction? And is that going to do any good? And, are we going to, like how we took Assad out, find a faction in Iran and start publicly arming them to fight against their government? Or are we going to go in and do something? Obviously something needs to be done, but what can we do that's effective and will accomplish the mission with, the least amount of American lives or involvement? That's the question. What can we do?
Ooh, great, Buck. Great. And I also want to note the Shah, the family of the Shah, they said the monarch's available. It's an option. They said they're ready. I'm just saying that is an option. Who knows? It could happen. Who knows? All right. Buck, fair question, my man. Fair question. I would say there's a lot between now and boots on ground, if that's even an option. I think the president has shown that there's multiple ways to apply the pressure. I think this thing with Maduro is way bigger than what we initially thought, or at least I initially thought, and it's kind of all coming together a little bit. Maybe I'm off, maybe 6 months from now, but putting the pressure from the oil supply chain is huge. That is huge. So they're going to feel some pressure. And there's other things in the region. There's other things. Maduro's more impacting Cuba, but it's all tied to the same axis. The pressure that goes to Russia on these tariffs and China, it all affects the axis. It's very much like the Cold War with Reagan militarily. Trump's doing this kind of economically on the global scale and using tools that we've never seen used before in this manner. I am convinced that no tariff is the same. Similar, sure, but none of them are the same, and they haven't been used the same. And this president, again, we talked about clarity. I appreciate the clarity. And I appreciate the president not wasting his time meeting with people that are coming in bad faith. He handled Zelensky. At first, I thought, I was like, ooh, that was a little harsh. But he was right. And he even gave him, this is the thing about Trump. If you come back around and you kind of, hey, my bad, he will definitely Rubio's not, his hands are great. I mean, pull the tape on this. I'm going from memory. I could be way off on this, but I think I'm right. When President Trump in 2016, when he won, the president always goes and visits with the incumbent president. I remember them sitting in the Oval Office and Trump saying, he's a good man. I'm telling you. So it's just something about it. But who knows? All right, guys, we're going to take a tiny little break. When we get back, we're going to keep those phone lines open. If you are on hold, I certainly appreciate your patience. We'll be right back.
Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 now and get your free gold rollover kit valued at $49 just for calling. More Americans than ever are discovering the power of rolling over a portion of their IRA or 401k into physical gold and silver. With a simple, tax and penalty-free rollover, you can add stability, security, and strength to your retirement. In times of inflation, uncertainty, or market swings, gold has been a steady, tangible, proven store of value. And in 2026, it could be the key to building the retirement you've always imagined. That's why so many people trust Advantage Gold, the #1 rated gold IRA company in America for 10 years running. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 right now to get your free gold rollover kit. And let 2026 be the year you finally take control. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapor Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapor Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself.
Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. Broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Man, let me tell you, my friends over there at Préjean's, go visit them. Supper's coming. Go visit them. They'll take care of you. Phone lines are wide open, 232-1542, 844-766-6607. Let me hear from you like my friend over there, Mr. Bobby. What's up, Mr. Bobby?
Yeah, LT. I've been following Pete's, his operation plan. The Marines use this in Vietnam. Of course, they use it in other wars. You have a situation, a mission, execution, administration, command, and communications. Was used in the Marines in Vietnam, and it was used in Afghanistan too. I was looking at the way the procedures were, and it's basically to organize your infantry action. So wherever he's going to pick these clowns up, they're going to use this procedure, and it's working.
Hey, look, just the culture change is going to lead to some success. What do you think?
Yeah, exactly. He's trying to keep the world from going into World War III. That's what Trump's trying to do.
Exactly. And, you know, Mr. Bobby, hey, we may not know the answer, but we know what the answer is not. And it's to continue to do the silliness we've been doing, this little pacifist, you know, just stick it to us and we'll be the world police and we'll help everybody but Americans. You know, that's what we can't keep doing that.
No, we can't, because it'll be the end of everything.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Bobby, appreciate you. Eddie, let's go to Eddie. What's up, Eddie?
Oh, not much. Hey, I don't think we're going to have to put boots on the ground. I think I was listening to another show. I think our military is so upgraded right now. You know, a few missiles here and there, drone strikes, and put them stealth bombers up there. I think I think we can take anybody out without having to put any boots on the ground. And that don't put the fear of God and all the rest of them. Nothing will, you know? So I think Trump's doing the right thing, and he's also pulling out troops on a military basis and telling American citizens to get out, you know? So I think the man got plans, and what he was talking about today, later on today, I heard him talking, you know, that they stopped the killing and everything. He ain't going to go do nothing. I think that's just a ploy, you know? He's just psyching them up to, all right, he ain't going to do nothing, and watch him go do something.
I'll tell you this. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate you, brother. You know, the thing about that is talk about deterrence again, okay? Because that's really kind of what Eddie's saying. Like, he's going to pack the punch. It may not look like the punch that we think, and it may not look, it's not going to be militarily, although you got to know the threat is real. I mean, we did, like, I'm just saying, we did just send forces to a sovereign country in the middle of the night who's supposedly protected by China, went in, captured the sovereign leader of the country, and had him in New York before the eggs were cooking. It is like, I'm just saying, I think they understand. What I don't understand is how these leaders in Iran don't understand how, I'm telling you, they had to have turned their own internet off. And they must be only reading the history that they write. Because, God, do you see what's going on? Do you see what's going on? And if they only knew Trump would make a deal with them, it might not even be a deal we like. That dude's a deal maker. I'm just saying, the guy just wants to win. He's mostly conservative. He's like mostly Republican, but he you know, the guy wants to win, and I'm okay with that. Like, a lot. And he knows who he's fighting for. You know, we talk about the little guy all the time. I just say the regular folks, you know, the hardworking American folks. All of us that just go to work and try to, you know, be on our journey. If you look at the policies, while this guy, yeah, he might swing in different circles, but the dude's policies help the working folks. Look at the manufacturing aspect of it. Look at the auto industry. Look at his actions taking us from NAFTA to the USMCA. But just the tariffs and closing up the border alone, just those two things. And it's not even the tariffs, it's how he's using the tariffs. Look at the intent behind his actions. His intent is to make it harder to do business outside of the United States than it is inside the United States. While we've spent 50 years, 40, 30 years for sure, since NAFTA, but it's not because of NAFTA, it's just a culture. It started before NAFTA. We just decided willy-nilly we're going to turn our manufacturing, building things economy to a service-related economy, and I just don't understand that. All right, guys. I wish I had more time on that. Stick around. Hour number 2 right around the corner, and I can't wait. Q, don't go anywhere.
The preceding program on News Talk 96.
Square feet, and we have 1,400 different cigars in the humidor. Just come by and see us. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 8, and Saturday, 9 to 5. Piper's Haven, 3916 West Congress.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapor Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapor Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
What if 2026 could be the best year ever for your retirement? It can when you take control of your financial future with physical precious metals. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 now and get your free gold rollover kit valued at $49 just for calling. More Americans than ever are discovering the power of rolling over a portion of their IRA or 401k into physical gold and silver. With a simple, tax and penalty-free rollover, you can add stability, security, and strength to your retirement. In times of inflation, uncertainty, or market swings, gold has been a steady, tangible, proven store of value. And in 2026, it could be the key to building the retirement you've always imagined. That's why so many people trust Advantage Gold, the #1 rated gold IRA company in America for 10 years running. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 right now to get your free gold rollover kit. And let 2026 be the year you finally take control. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
News Talk 96.5 KPEL-FM, Bridge, Lafayette, a Town Square Media station. Listen online at kpel965.com.
A potential off-ramp in Iran. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. President Trump says he's been told killings in Iran are stopping and that executions will not happen after a crackdown on mass demonstrations.
So I've been told that on good authority. We'll find out about it. I'm sure if it happens, we'll all be very upset.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House.
This week, the president told Iranian protesters help is on its way and warned Iran's regime of very strong action if anti-government protesters are hanged. The Pentagon ordered a drawdown of some U.S. forces in the region. Iran has threatened to strike American bases if the U.S. launches attacks.
Human rights groups say more than 2,000 protesters have already been killed. Iran's foreign minister won't confirm numbers, but blames the death on terrorist cells mixed in with the crowds, also telling Fox that's an Israeli plot.
They wanted to drag the president of the United States in this conflict, so they started to increase the number of deaths by killing ordinary people, by killing police officers, by starting a kind of, fighting inside the different cities.
Fox's Brett Baer pushing back on a number of Iranian claims during an interview that airs an hour from now on Special Report. President Trump still pushing for the U.S. to control Greenland for security reasons after a meeting today in Washington between Vice President Vance, Secretary of State Rubio, and the foreign ministers of Greenland and Denmark.
We have been pushing for quite a while in NATO for a stronger collective role in Greenland together with a number of allies, and we are eager to work with the U.S. on advancing this agenda.
The Danish foreign minister arguing that can happen in the current framework with the island as a Danish territory. President Trump confirming his first known call with Venezuela's acting president a day before he meets at the White House with Venezuela's opposition leader. America is listening to Fox News.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or bird seed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com.
Cool and cloudy across Acadiana today, mostly cloudy skies. Not much of a breeze out there either. Winds are going to be staying coming out of the north about 5 miles an hour or so. Temperature is going to be sitting in the lower 60s this afternoon with mostly cloudy skies and a couple streamer showers possible overnight going into tomorrow. Front moving through on Wednesday means colder temperatures by Thursday.
And now a look at your traffic on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
It's your 4 o'clock gold rush brought to you by Coin and Treasure right here on the Josh Guillory Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
Looking for a bold, conservative voice that cuts through the noise? Tune in to the Josh Guillory Show, where common sense meets current events. Every weekday from 3 to 5 p.m., Josh tackles the hot topics that matter most to you, from Louisiana politics to national headlines, with no spin and no apologies. It's real talk for real conservatives. Catch the Josh Guillory Show, Monday through Friday, 3 to 5, only on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to hour number 2 of the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We're also broadcasting live on rumble.com. Go check us out at Rumble. That chat is rocking. I want you to join the chat, rumble.com. You can also go to my X page at Josh Guillory USA, and I can't wait to hear from you. Shout out to our KLFY Plus viewing audience. Man, Greenland. Let's talk about Greenland. Greenland. All right, so there's a Greenland bill. Just saying. There's a Greenland bill. It's pure grandstanding, by the way. And Republicans should call it out, not join it. But let's talk about the Greenland nonsense, because this one kind of irritated me. And I don't know if you've seen it or not. So Congressman Don Bacon teams up with Democrats to introduce a bill blocking funding for a NATO invasion of Greenland. What? Boy. I mean, what? Here's the problem, Congressman. Nobody's invading Greenland. What are you talking about? The bill exists for one reason. Headlines. Isn't this guy retiring? Do you know? I think he's like on his way out.
I'm not sure, but I mean, there's a lot that are this cycle.
Well, this kind of stance, he will be out. Just this grandstanding stuff. But if he is, that is very, 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 very telling of a retiring Republican to look responsible, reasonable. He's not Daddy Trump to me. Everybody else. And to be internationally enlightened so he can punch his ticket into elite circles where Republicans apologize for even existing. Makes me sick. And that's what all this is. If you've been in politics long enough, if you've paid attention to politics for more than a minute, you can spot this kind of stuff instantly. The timing, the language, the press rollout. You know, this is resume politics. He's building it. And we can go ahead and be clear about other things too. There are plenty of real fights worth having on foreign policy that we could all, bipartisan way, Democrats, Republicans, everybody, focus on. China is one of them. Iran. How about the United States? What if we all focused on the United States? I know it's crazy. I know it's crazy for our Congress to focus on our people. Not everybody over there. But how about we focus on our sovereignty, so border security? Hey, how about trade leverage? What about energy dominance? None of that? No, we want to do this. We want to drop a bill on Capitol Hill to label eggs and not cut spending. We want to drop bills on Capitol Hill to talk about invasions that aren't even happening. I mean, do these folks even know who's in NATO? Do you really think they have the guts to go to war over this? They'll go to war over other things, but these guys are so phony. But this stuff, this is not one of these to have a real fight on. This is so silly. You know, passing a bill to block something that isn't even happening does not make you principled. It makes you performative. It makes you an actor. And I am a big fan of the arts. I really am. And I'll be honest with you. When I first got into college, which was amazing, know that I got in, but really, but it was amazing. I had to take this like English, like everybody else, and they would make you go to these plays and stuff. I ended up liking them. I ended up getting good grades on my reviews. So, by all means, Congressman Bacon or Bacon. It could be Bacon. You know, I mean, he's in the elite vibe now. I mean, I don't want to cramp his style. He might be on a. Do the lefties have podcasts? Yeah, they got them. Yeah, they got several.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, he could go be one of those enlightened ones on MSNBC or whatever. You know, like the rhinos go to those places.
Oh, it's like when Gavin Newsom and Tim Walz got together and had a podcast.
Wait. Oh, yeah.
That's the one where Tim Walz said Republicans are scared of his masculinity because he can fix a truck.
Well, Gavin, you know what I've got to tell you. I have no clue if that's how he talks. That is totally how I envision him talking. Because I don't believe what he's saying. I don't believe that to be the real voice. Like you said, he can't be that goofy in public and in private, so come on. But my goodness. Conservatives should not reward this kind of stuff. That's why I'm saying it. Not a Republican who run to Democrats for applause, you know, or get all excited. The moment a microphone shows up to show that you're enlightened, that you can stand up to Trump, you know, on your way out. Strength, man. Strength is results. People care about results. Families care about results. Businesses care about results. That's what people want. People don't want all this silliness, you know, and this grandstanding. You know, it's, I guess, maybe, do you think Democrats say that about Fetterman?
I think they say a lot meaner things about Fetterman.
Yeah, they are they'll cannibalize. What if he becomes their nominee? He wins the presidency. That's what happens. But there's no way that dude becomes the nominee. No, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Joe Biden did.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And he did it without campaigning. I'm not like, am I wrong? No, I'm not. Kamala Harris took it without a single vote twice. Like, so maybe Fetterman might. And if they were smart, they would do it. Because I think he has the appeal to cross over in those swing states. I mean, he's proven it. And he's also proven that you can get along. You know, because he is very much a Democrat. He doesn't run from that, and I don't hold it against him. I really don't. At least he's willing to listen. At least you know what he doesn't do? He doesn't look at something that everybody knows is something and calls it something else.
Agreed.
You know, that's refreshing. Him, Higgins, there's a few of them. There's only a few. And you can't fake that kind of stuff. Like, you can't fake that. So we'll take a little break. Guys, when we get back, almost my favorite time. Yeah, we'll wrap a bow on this. Stick around. We'll be right back.
For 45 years, C-Safe has built the backbone of the toughest structures out there with fiberglass reinforced plastic pultrusion and custom structural fabrication that outperforms steel, wood, and aluminum. Their FRP products are engineered to resist corrosion, reduce maintenance, and outlast the competition in the harshest environments, from offshore platforms to wastewater treatment plants and everywhere in between. There's a reason engineers have trusted C-Safe for superior strength and fabrication, because they're built to outperform, not just compete. Precision built, performance proven, trusted by engineers, architects, and contractors nationwide. When strength matters, when custom matters, when failure is not an option, C-Safe delivers. C-Safe, built to outperform, built to last, built for extremes, trusted for decades. Visit csafe.com. That's SCA, like the ocean, safe.com, and see what 45 years of leadership looks like.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapor Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapor Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The following is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways with the purpose of soliciting sales of vacation ownership. For complete details, visit FVGradio.com.
If you want a 100% complimentary stay at a luxury resort in Cancun, airfare not included, then Family Vacation Getaways is your ticket to paradise.
See website for complete details.
We're giving away 5 days and 4 nights to the first 50 callers who can name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird.
An animal that lays eggs and is not a bird. Do you know it?
Call now, 800-417-6411, 800-417-6411. You're also eligible for an exciting bonus vacation to Orlando, Florida for just $498. And don't worry about anything ruining your plans. We can extend your travel up to 18 months. Name an animal that lays eggs and is not a bird, and you get a complimentary Cancun resort stay and an optional bonus vacation to Orlando for just $498. What are you waiting for? Call 800-417-6411 and give us your answer.
Proceeding is not a contest and is a paid advertisement by Family Vacation Getaways and not sponsored by this program or its affiliates.
It's your 4 o'clock gold rush brought to you by Coin and Treasure right here on the Josh Guillory Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Also broadcasting live on rumble.com. Let me go check you out over there. You can go to my X page at Josh Guillory USA as well. All right, switching gears a little bit. Secret Service, they have been in the news. Secret Service agent talking shop on video. Man. So, this one actually matters. All right, not sure if you saw this. Secret Service agent assigned to protect the vice president, by the way, gets caught on undercover video talking about sensitive, secret information. Not theory, by the way. Not generalities. This is like real straight up details. Can you believe that?
That's
crazy.
The last thing I would expect to come from the Secret Service.
Right now, of all, considering the last year and a half, 2 years. My goodness. Well, he's now on leave. His clearance has been revoked. All his access cut off, and that's exactly how this should end. This was not even a support staff. This was a guy that was watching the vice president. And you know, it's not like this job is like other jobs. You know?
Right.
I mean, this is one of the roles where loose lips do more than sink ships. They literally get people killed. I mean, and look what we talked about with Iran and their little threat about this time it won't miss. And why do they say it? Like, what you talking about over there?
Maybe they're a Chinese customer with those drones.
Ah, yes. You think they do business with China?
Oh, definitely. I think China is looking at it going, where are we going to get energy from?
I think China's really, that's what I'm saying, guys. I really think it's kind of all coming together. It's very interesting. I don't know, but I know that it makes a little more sense than it did a month ago for whatever reason. Now, the Secret Service, we know this. It operates on trust, on discipline. You got to be silent. You can't even share anything, especially at that level. Period. You don't freelance. And you don't brag either. You just don't talk shop to impress someone. Ever. This is not a regular job. I mean, look, man, political violence. We all know it is real. We just had an attack at the vice president's residence. Not sure if you saw that. I mean, people are unhinged. And social media can turn obsession into action. Enemies. Always watching. Always watching. You know, one careless conversation becomes intelligence. So the point here, kind of simple, you know, standards still exist in some corners of government, and when someone crosses a bright red line, they kind of got to get removed immediately. This is what happened, and but can y'all imagine the vice president? That is, considering what Butler, Pennsylvania, that incident.
And I mean, when you look at it, the fact that J.D. Vance, you know, he's had so much exposure along with President Trump.
True.
What if that was a foreign nation conducting the surveillance and not an American reporter who was then going to go to the Secret Service and say,
"Wow,
review our facts first."
Woo! There's a lot that goes in all this. Compromises, not compromise in the sense that we're negotiating, like compromise someone. Not good. But yeah, I would just think, man, Secret Service, you know, you had all this situation in Butler. You had the situation on the second attempt. You had the destruction or property damage at the vice president's house not that long ago. I mean, this is all something. And we got Mr. Bacon over here dropping some doggone Greenland bills. Y'all think the Greenland bill is helping us, guys? What do y'all think? You think the Greenland bill is helping us solve our debt? Is the Greenland bill putting that $2.1 trillion that Senator Joni Ernst found in Iowa? Is it putting it to the pen to pad and dropping the bill on Capitol Hill? What's going on with that? I don't even, what does the envoy to Greenland say?
You know,
why am I covering this? He should be on talking about it. You want to go phone lines early? Absolutely, because it's Wellness Wednesday. Come on, let's go to the phone lines. That gentleman or lady has been waiting quite some time. All right, caller, you are live on the Josh Guillory Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Steve, Lafayette.
What's up, Steve? Bring it, baby.
I've been holding 28 minutes.
You the man, brother. You the man. Committed.
I was up early. How long do I have? Because I got a lot of information.
You got about 35 seconds.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Okay. No, I was up early, and you're not going to see much of this on the mainstream media, but you're going to see it on Fox and Newsmax. They broke the story about what happened in Minneapolis today. In the cover of darkness, they started putting these illegals on buses and on 737s and get the hell out. So I don't know how many planes they did, but you know how that's going to be looked at. Huh?
Wow.
So CNN and MSNBC are going to criticize the hell out of it. But the other thing is, Newsom, that idiot, they want to do a billionaire's tax.
Yeah, wealth tax.
And 21%.
Hey, I'm going to have to move on. I'm so sorry. We did cover that yesterday. Oh, yeah, wealth tax. Can you believe that? It's a one-time one, though, so don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. And then Newsom's trying to criticize it, too. It's your idea. Anywho. All right, who else are we going to? But thank you, caller. I really appreciate you. All right, Paul, what you got, Paul? Turn your radio down.
All right, who else are we going to? But thank you.
All right, let's go to
Renee.
Renee, what's up, Renee?
Yeah, we need a wealth tax on all them protesters and whoever's sponsoring them. We need to take the wealth. They got too much money and gas to go everywhere. They need to stay home or walk a bicycle to their jobs, you know, and stop causing mayhem. And furthermore, I got something I'm going to plagiarize and say, don't worry, it's not going to be bad. Silly dove, peace through strength, war through weakness, from the Tricks commercial.
Hey, yes, that's what I'm saying, Renee. Yes, well said, well said. Thank you, my man. All right, who we going to?
Warren.
What's up, Warren?
Well, most of those FBOs are set up for the bigger jets now where they never were before. I think Warren Beatty bought a couple of different big shots, bought out these little FBOs so they can send people all over when they want to. So this has all been planned a long time ago. I think that's what happened in New Orleans when we sent all those people down to New Orleans. They were given the word and they got out. Also, JP called about carbon capture and where they were placing them. Somebody ought to get a map because, like he's saying, he's making a good point. There's none in the red cities. It looks like they're doing it all to the south, like they want to destroy the South. So, it'd be nice to know where all the carbon capture is taking place. Thank you, Josh.
I'm with you, Warren. I am totally with you on that. I think it's at this point, wouldn't we agree that it's probably public policy at this, like it would be in the best interest of the public and make this public policy that we should know this. And if for no other reason, perhaps it could give calm. Maybe because there are a lot of folks that are, hey, I would like to know, because I don't know what that will do. Warren has been on it. All right, let's see here. Who are we going to, Paul? Go to Paul. Turn your radio down. All right, Paul. Oh, that's you, caller. What you got? Yes, sir.
Is that me?
Yes, sir.
Is that me?
Yes.
Yeah, all of this that Trump's doing, Greenland, Venezuela, Iran, it's all a deflection, man, because everybody knows he's a pedophile. That's the bottom line. But people need to keep up, like that guy in Minnesota, Michigan. Show him the bird, show the bird back at him. Get back at this fool, man.
All right.
He's not doing nothing with the national debt. It's just a deflection, okay? And your show is becoming to be a clown show.
All right. I was going to let him talk. Idiot. All right, let's see here. Hey, and by the way, thanks for listening. Okay, we're going to take a tiny little break. When we get back, Sean, Renee, everybody, just a tiny little break. We'll be right back.
Over 5,000 different selections between tile and wood are available. 5,000. They'll give you a free estimate and back their work with a 1-year guarantee. United Tile handles residential as well as commercial flooring, so no matter what kind of home or business you have, United Tile has what you need at a price that won't break the bank. Their slogan, "Come walk on our floors to choose yours," rings so true at United Tile. 1505 Eras Landry. Call them at 337-234-2319. Online at UnitedTileLafayette.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-923-6829 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-923-6829. That's 800-923-6829. What do you have to lose? Call 800-923-6829. Again, 800-923-6829.
Embarrassed by ugly, yellow toe fungus?
Living with toe fungus it's embarrassing. I was afraid to take my socks off. I hid my yellow and crumbly toes from everybody.
Introducing Crystal Flush. Crystal Flush is the only FDA-registered 2-in-1 home treatment that attacks your toe fungus from both the inside and out. Crystal Flush's new and different combination system knocks out toe fungus for good. Guaranteed.
Crystal Flush is different. After just a few weeks, my fungus was gone. I mean, 100% disappeared. Crystal Flush was the only thing that ever worked. So if you're skeptical because you tried a bunch of other stuff, Crystal Flush is different. This is a game changer.
Crystal Flush is now available without a prescription, but it is not available in stores. Get your risk-free supply today. Go to crystalflush.com. That's CRYSTAL flush.com. Stop being embarrassed by ugly yellow toenails. Go to crystalflush.com or call 800-204-4484.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Got it. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the KPEL Studios. Woo! Here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Should have saw me in that commercial break. My goodness. I was getting some stuff done, Q. Lord, my TikTok folks know. All right, so much. But let's stay on the phone lines. Let's go back to it. Sean, waiting patiently. What you got, Sean? Thanks for calling in, my man.
What's going on, Clown Master?
Yeah, that's right. I got my tricks coming. You better watch it.
Yeah, well, Warren brought up JP yesterday. It kind of sounded like JP didn't realize that our great governor is in charge of getting Greenland for us.
Yeah.
But I don't know if a lot of people know that, and I hadn't heard him mention much, but yeah, Special Envoy Landry. Now, I talked to a guy from Greenland the other day, and I said, man, what's going on? How's it going with Jeff? And we can't understand him. I said, what, is it the thick Cajun accent? He said, no, his lips are always attached to Donald Trump's ass.
I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, I don't know. Robert D. Benoit, you're right. Full hat indeed. Sean, I always appreciate your calls, man. I always appreciate your calls. We did ask about the status. We did ask for the envoy to give an update on this. I mean, Greenland's in the news. Do we have an ambassador to Greenland?
I think the White House may have appointed somebody.
But A genuine question. What do these? Wouldn't that be the ambassador's job?
It seems like it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we need an envoy? Wouldn't that be the ambassador? We talk to Russian ambassadors. We talk to Great Britain ambassadors. We talk to a whole bunch of people. Wouldn't that be the ambassador's job, or is this really becoming a gig of the highest donor?
That's what it's starting to sound like.
I mean, some of them, you can't do that with Great Britain. You can't do that with some of them, obviously. But Greenland, I think Greenland has, I don't know, the Greenland in this administration, very important, so you would think. It's very interesting. That's what I would say. Because they play a diplomatic role. I mean, I'm downplaying what they do. They have an important role. The administration can't be everywhere all the time. Would you like to be the ambassador to Greenland?
I hear it's cold, and I'm from South Louisiana.
Nope.
Not enough humidity.
Man, I'll go for about 30 days. That's about it. You don't have to pay me. I just want to go and get some things squared away. I'll report back. All right, let's talk about this, because this little thread will connect some of the earlier stories, okay? Some of the early stories. So real power. Talk about real power. Real power looks very boring if it's done right. Fake power. Fake power looks loud, very loud. I keep saying if you got to say it, you ain't it. So the Secret Service story kind of shows us, what that seriousness kind of looks like. I mean, when someone screws up, they're gone. There's no speeches, there's no moral posturing, just action. And then you go with the Greenland bill, and it's the opposite. No problem to solve. They're creating something, but what are you solving? There's nothing going on. No urgency, just noise. And Americans, we can feel the difference. It's kind of like the kids growing up. They know. Pretend like they don't know. They know. And we, the people, know. We feel it. Like we feel the difference. And we know when someone is protecting the country. We also know when someone is protecting their future cocktail party invitations. I mean, conservatives, all of this, I'm telling you, we don't win by trying to sound acceptable. We win by being clear. We win by being grounded and principled. We win by being consistent even when it's boring. Even when it's boring. We win when we are disciplined. America wins when we are fiscally disciplined. We're not being that right now. I agree with the call earlier. I was about to say, we agree. But we win also as a country when we are unafraid to call nonsense what it is. And I think this audience, listening and viewing, gets that. I know we do. You don't need lectures. All of us, we don't need any of this moral theater. I think it's hilarious when Iran was preaching to us. But now, boy, that went away, huh? Talk about moral high ground, and now they're talking about we won't miss again, or it won't miss this time. Ooh. Those threats were there before and after. What are you talking about? We didn't need you to broadcast it. And we don't need to be lectured. We want and we need leaders who know when to shut up, when to act, when to ignore the spotlight, and when to use the spotlight. And I think when you look at all this in the totality, that's the difference between governance and performance. That is the just drastic contrast between this performative nature and someone who has a plan. You may not like his plan, but he has a plan and he's executing a plan. That is governing. That is governing. And people are done with performance, don't you think?
Oh, definitely.
I mean, come on. All right, guys, stick around. Oh, no, we're done? Oh, my goodness. But I tell you what, you got a special treat. Wellness Wednesday with Dr. Kevin from Dr. Kevin's Wellness Clinic. Stick around. It's going to be fun.